Let us continue our tour of a jewel in the Lotus, Yoga and Wellness. This is the front of our room. As you can see, we have a shelf and a little table that is dedicated to different deities and enlightened beings. Buddha is an enlightened being. Jesus, I'm looking for a meditating Jesus to put on our shelf as well. This is a window to the outside world. As you can see, we also have a hotspot in our studio, which is what is helping us with this video today. It's awesome to have a hotspot, but it's not to be utilized during yoga class, unless of course you're in a hot yoga class. So as we continue on into the studio, as you come to set up, you'd come into the closet here and grab the props that you might need for your practice. You'll see that we have every prop that you'd need for practice. This curtain happens to be from the first jewel in the Lotus that I had in Port Jefferson Station about 9 years ago. Continuing on into the studio itself, our studio has the ability to hold about 21 students. So you have a nice personal connection with your teacher. You'll also see that we have a lot of wall space, and I did that on purpose so that we would have the wall to use for practice. The wall is also a prop that can be utilized to support you and to see your alignment. Eventually, if you were to continue on in yoga and get to a higher level, you might practice handstands or headstands, and sometimes having a wall is a safety measure. Continuing into the studio, this is a wall hanging, and these are the symbols for the chakras. This happens to be Louise's, and she gave it to us to hang in here. When you practice yoga, you're trying to balance your chakras. That's one of the many, many things that's happening. This here, this poster here, is a poster that lists the 8-limbed path of Ashtanga Yoga. It is sort of a step-by-step guide to samadhi or enlightenment. I hung this for our yoga teacher trainees as well as the students who are coming to learn a little bit more about yoga philosophy, or a lot more about yoga philosophy. The last one is samadhi, which is enlightenment, also known as oneness or self-realization. So who wouldn't want to follow them, right? We have been set up with an amazing stereo system by my brother. So there's great sound in this studio. It's very quiet in this part of town, but with the music and how quiet it is, there's just a beautiful thing that goes on with music along with the practice. This is the door to our bathroom. We do have access to 2 other bathrooms in the hallway. Again, a lot more wall space. And as we continue along this wall, you see that I have a yantra that was painted on the wall. Stephanie, the assistant to the studio, one of the assistants, painted it. Thank you, Stephanie. A yantra or a mandala is used for meditation. It also brings nice energy into the space. This one happens to be dedicated to Swami Satchidananda, whose yoga was known as integral yoga. We continue on, and you'll see here that we have a computer system set up. This computer system was set up so that we can stream classes online. We can also record classes. We can also record private and lessons. The studio, as you see, doesn't have a mirror in it. This could be your mirror. It's a little bit distracting to practice with a mirror. So if you were to take class or take a private, we could tape you and we could see where you're at with regards to your physical practice. It's also going to be utilized to put lessons online and other things like that. So I want to thank you for taking this tour with me today, and I do hope that I see you again very soon. Namaste. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Thank you.